Lismore, Victoria. Thousands of trains pass through this town every day, whether it be freight or passengers. Corresponding to this is road traffic, with thousands of huge trucks roaring past. Many times, trucks and trains have to cross paths at level crossings. On the 25th of May 2006, southbound Kenworth 1995 K100E rigged tipper truck and a quad-axle trailer loaded with fruit pulp was headed for the Lismore Skipton Road level crossing. The speed limit for road vehicles at the crossing was 100 km an hour, and for rail vehicles it was 110 km an hour, 115 for non-loco haul trains. This was a standard gauge line connected to Adelaide, compared to the much more cluttered and numerous broad gauge networks in Victoria. The truck was driven by a 34-year-old male from Wedderburn, Victoria. Train 4am3 was headed for the crossing as well, with 3 locomotives, NR52, DL40 and NR33, 64 wagons making a 1,356 metre train weighing 4,382 tonnes, with the driver Wayne Elliott and an assistant as the crew, working for Pacific National. That day it was extremely foggy, with maximum temperatures being only 12 degrees. Visibility was only at best 50 metres. The train was heading from Toowoomba to Melbourne. As they headed towards the crossing at 7:15am, the train driver blew the lead engine's horn twice, and the train started to slow down for a speed restriction of 65 km an hour, 2.5 kilometres away. The truck was heading towards the crossing, but it didn't stop. The driver saw 2 headlights to the side of him for a split second before disaster struck. The truck smashes into the side of the train. The 2 lead engines decuffle and derail further down the line, while the trailing one got caught as the flat cars with containers on them piled up into a huge mass of twisted steel. The truck was later destroyed in the collision, with pulp flying everywhere. Emergency services arrived 20 minutes later. All eyewitness accounts were only audio due to the thick fog. The spilled commodities made a gross mix of animal carcasses, pulp, straw, blood and bone fertilizer, meat, soda ash, pasta, malt, and 700,000 bottles of wine. All bottles were crushed on site, all liquid was siphoned off, and all soda ash and fertilizer had to be vacuumed. The wreckage would cost $833,687. Locomotive NR33 had to be written off. Amazingly, there were no deaths, but the truck driver was severely injured. The ATSB found quite a couple of findings. The fog was so thick that neither vehicle could have any chance of seeing each other. The level crossing itself had no protection at all, just some signs, with one warning of trains, one warning of the crossing, and then a crossbuck, give way sign, and fence. In the thick mist, it would be impossible to see even one of these signs. The vegetation and the dark colours of the locomotives might have helped camouflage the train a bit. There were no lights or barriers at the crossing. There had been no cases of the truck driver driving recklessly, and the Pacific National crew were perfectly fit for work. Skid marks were found on the road, signifying that the driver did brake before the collision. 14 years have passed since this wreck, and sadly this huge derailment wasn't even the worst one in the year, because in the next month, one of the worst rail disasters ever to occur in Australia happened at Kerrang. Stay tuned for that documentary.